Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, really only a quick middle of the day update. Bitcoin has not moved much since my last update. Bitcoin obviously is holding above this ascending trend line. I shared that with you. If you like to have a little bit more context, I suggest that you check out my previous video from today. We also took a little look at the overall context. But to give you an idea here what's happening right now in the micro, I think we have a very, very small potential 5-wave move to the downside. You really only see it on the lower time frames, but it's really tiny and not very reliable. But we can count that as a first leading diagonal to the downside. So that could be a very early suggestion that a top is in of some sorts. It's too early to say we have topped here in wave 5 of C of 3, but it's a chance. It's a chance. And if we now see a break below the ascending trend line, it could suggest that wave 4 is starting to unfold. The support levels haven't changed since my last video, so I'm still watching for overall higher prices in the wide wave count as long as the 27,910 level is holding. It's the golden ratio, the 61.8 retracement level. I don't want it to break below that level in an overall bullish scenario. Again, this has to be a leading diagonal diagonal basically, this move to the upside, or a correction. For me, this is not impulsive, so we haven't got impulsive movement. We only have 3 waves up basically. Yes, I could possibly count 5 waves if I really wanted to, but I rather prefer to act on the side of caution here and count it only as 3 waves. 5 waves is possible, but not preferred. Absolutely not. So I've got 3 waves up, and in any pullback, if we come down in an ABC structure, which ideally happens from somewhere in this region, we can track the target of wave 4 more precisely. At the moment, I can really only give you standard support. And just to make it clear to anybody who is new on the channel maybe, we are watching for higher prices to fill in a 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as long as the key pivot is holding at 27,910. If we break below that level, I'm going to watch for the price to get into the region between 24 and 22K. So this is the main pivot. It's very simple actually. Yes, the count is messy because the structure is messy, but we've got a very clear level to watch. The problem is that even though this level is clear, it is not a very, it's not like on and off, okay? So it's not like, okay, we break below 27,910, we're bearish. Overall still bullish, but short-term bearish. No, the problem is that this is where probabilities will shift. But the problem is because we're moving in a diagonal to the upside, I cannot completely rule out that the wave 4, if we break below that level, ends a little lower. But I can tell you that in a diagonal, anyway, a wave 4 that ends below the 61.8 retracement level is just not reliable. So I use that level to have bullish support. When we come down and I see the move down is corrective, then I will probably add somewhere in this region for a long trade to trade wave 5 and possibly even higher. But the real deal, the really good setup will happen after 5 waves up and then after a 3-wave pullback. At the moment, we probably, in all likelihood, don't have 5 waves up yet. I can only really see 3 waves, but I'm watching for a pullback to start possibly from this region. We've also approached now the key structural resistance range on the Bitcoin chart, which is between basically 31K and 32.3K. If we push more directly higher into the resistance area, then I might start to assume that we have got 5 waves complete already, or that we're already working on the 5th wave. But it also means that it's more problematic because it could still be a high B wave. If we don't get this 3-wave pullback before breaking out, this structure is going to be increasingly and extremely fragile. So if we break out more directly from here, it's going to be a very fragile structure. I've said it before, I need to see 5 waves up and 3 waves down to confirm that on the 11th of September a low is in or has been made. However, the market doesn't need the 5 up, 3 down to break out. It can always break out earlier. The problem is, from an analysis point of view, we will then have to deal with a very unreliable uptrend. And yeah, but it wouldn't be any change to what we do now. I'm just I'm telling you, I'm leaning bullish as long as we're holding above a certain level. So I will continue to do so. It's just that we will have less confirmation that a lasting low has been established already. You know, that's the problem. So yeah, I told you it's going to be a rocky road this year, but Bitcoin has still outperformed most other asset classes. Very interesting, and not much more to add. So basically waiting for a key decision up here. I clearly prefer a pullback and then going up further, but we all know how Bitcoin likes to behave. So this is, I've got two main scenarios. I mean, a direct breakout is of course possible, but in my opinion, not directly probable. For me, there are two main scenarios. Either we make that wave 4 and 5 and then A, B, C down for a really good 5 up, 3 down move, which would be a long trade setup, or we miserably fail from here. But I can really only say that if we break below 27.9K, and then I will watch again this key area there. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links in the description. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 and regular stocks updates, then check out our S&P 500 and stock service. Link is in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.